Disclaimer. The information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine, irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve, become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 281st One Nation, One Planet, One Race for Justice and World Peace here on Tuesday, July 4th, 2023. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name's Rick Crammond, and I'll be host today, along with Mark as a co-host. Thank you, Mark. And I believe we're ready to do the presentation for today's show. Let me just get that ready, and let's introduce some members of the Universal Council to present today's workshop. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, beautiful souls. And thank you for coming today. And thank you for all the time unifying you souls with us, with the universal community. It's time for unify with their space technology. It's time for the unify with the universal community. That's strat is from 492. We have thought you all come to a very fantastic point of view of knowledge, and that is life of the man is not worth living on this planet. Where the man can have the joys of the life in the universe for billions of years and not suffering physical life for a few major seconds of universe time, then man will create understanding this a new dimension for the elevation of his soul. That we did help find what we call new dimension in life and living across the creation of the Creator. Then we come to another point. Then we come to understanding from another point. How far does man go, and how fast can the soul of the man travel with in gathering the existence of the soul of the physicality of the man? Or how much one will be able to understand the transmutation of his soul through the strength of the physicality of the man? The structure of our life in the universe is in order of magnitude and the full strength and this not the linear lines of the kilometers and what we call the speed of the travel of this planet per day or hour. The understanding of this process for many of you who in the coming months become emotions and you go through the transmutation will bring a shocking news, a shocking style or understanding and travel for many of you. Thank you, thank you. Next line, please.
Thank you, Lissy, and happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you.
So we, the Universal Council, support the Keshe Foundation to bring about a rapid one planet, one nation, one race structure for all souls.
We are present, my dear. Thank you.
Next slide, please. Mark, would you be so kind?
Certainly. We, the Universal Council, elevate the souls of the ambassadors of all countries to be present in the Keshe Foundation Conference in London, October 2023. Our wish is our command.
We are present. Thank you.
Would you like me to continue, Jacko?
Yes, please.
Okay, another wish. And again, this is wishes that are actually energies, and it works through the soul of the Universal Council to create solutions in the matter state. We're all learning to work this way. This is an express obligation in a way of the Universal Council to work in this manner rather than in the matter state. I thought wishes were only for children, but now we're finding out even the universal community works by wishes. We, the Universal Council, elevate and expand the soul of the ambassadors of each nation for the unification of one planet, one nation, one race for peace. Hear our command.
We are present. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. And a little add, we discussed in the Universal Council, what is the difference between a wish and a thought? And in a way, we came to the conclusion that this thinking good comes also on the part of wishing good. And in fact, it is the same. So let's continue working with that. Thank you very much. Next slide, please.
Thank you, my dear Jaco. Yes, I would also say that when the thought comes, why the thought came, you know, it's like somehow we say that this is an intuition or a kind of word that has come, but comes because we wanted this. So this thought become the wishes, the intention to go forward for the benefit of all. And this is the beauty of the arising, the trigger of a thought. So thank you. Thank you so much, my dear Jaco.
Okay, so now we come to the soul connection. I would like to ask you to find a comfortable position. It doesn't matter if you sit, lay, or stand. Just relax your physicality. We start with breathing in and out through our nose. As we learned, we can support the energies of our soul through this breathing. With it, we connect to all the knowledge seekers around the world, to the souls of the Universal Council members, who collectively give the soul of the Universal Council. We also connect to the systems all around the world who help us supporting in this connection. And we thank Mr. Keshe for all the technology that he provides for us. Also, we connect to our universal family that is waiting to be in contact through the connection with us. In thoughts, we give each other's hands and make it possible that the energies of unconditional love can flow through us. We do this connection in silence. And now we slowly come back. And we thank all those who participate in this beautiful movement to peace. Thank you very much. Then we can go to the next slide, please. Dream. First of all, I want to say hello to all of you, all souls in, on, and beyond our beautiful spaceship Earth. It's me again, Jack, RUC member, representative of the Dutch language. We, as a Universal Council, welcome you all. Our universe is much older than the 13.x billion years which science calculates based on Einstein, his assumptions. How important this knowledge is should be clear to every one of us. Who wants to land on planet Zeus if you originally wanted to land on planet Alnitok to visit your relatives? We humans are creatures of habits. And does that allow us to accept wrong assumptions as if they were right? The answer is no. This time we have to do it right, and it has to be perfect. Even with proofs laying on the table, some will deny to accept, just not to lose their positions. Plasma technologies will provide that precision that we need. And it needs to take us safely to any place in the universe. Measurements and calculations therefore have to be perfect. We learn about the plasmatic flow, or we can also call it the plasmatic rivers that connect all the parts of the universes. And soon we will learn how to jump on and travel this highway of fields. The field strength of our brain will make it possible to connect to our father or mother, even if he or she died years ago. We learn how to switch our brain emotions from one side to the other. It's similar like with modern airplanes, fly-by-wire. Mr. Keshe teaches us how to take off, to fly, and to land safely. Use your thoughts wisely, dear souls, just to arrive in the right place and in the right emotional condition. Carrying around heavy loads soon will become memory of the past. Now, what is your choice in soul dimension? Billions of years, limitless happiness? Or on the other hand, a few milliseconds of suffering in physicality on Earth? If we choose the right path, our dreams will come true. Train your senses, not only in physicality. Use them on a soul level field strength too. Then soon we will need both at the same time for the orientation and the navigation in this new universal dimension. Thank we as one. Next slide, please. Stefania,
What?
are you there?
Yes.
Or Shweta?
Stefania is here?
We don't see her.
Okay.
She probably dropped out.
So
So, Rick, can you play the wellness? Or is there something prepared? I don't know.
Wellness? I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Okay, it's no problem. Then
no, we can
speak about it.
It is
Got
yeah.
a video on the ambassador conference, but I don't have a video for the wellness, I don't believe.
Okay, no problem.
Well,
Shweta,
we
do you
can.
want to do it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, my dear. Thank you. Here, my beautiful souls. Here, book the virtual seat for your soul. See, but your soul, a seat for your soul, my dear. Wellness through the work of the soul. Wellness through the work of your soul. Your ability to well yourself and others from you. So, for per session, here is a 300 euro, and all sessions will be 1000 euro. This is the way in this physicality things work as an energy. But my dear beautiful souls, this is you, all works with the wellness. So please come and join and book the session as early as possible, as this is the beauty and totality you are going to experience, and with you, we all are going to experience. This is the donation of kindness you will give to us. So this elevation will be for the soul of the man, for the emotion, and for the physicality, for any kind of misfunctioning of the body. This is the first time that we try to reach as many people as possible at the same time, that we can bring all the bodies to perfection at the same time. So beautiful. And this is explainable. This is true so much. We have seen this when we created the cups. We understood the cups and what we are. So this is the perfection that will be done by you and from you to all that are in need. So this sessions will be from 14th July, 21st on 14th July, 21st of July, 28th of July, and 30th of July, 2023. And the time of the sessions will be 3 hours. So per session. So if you want to book, well, of course, for sure, book with your soul, sitting with your soul. So at Keshe Foundation store. So here's the email address so that you can book, and any suggestions you want, you can write also in the info ID, info@keshefoundation.org. So here, my beautiful souls, here are the wellness through the work of the soul. And this is the beauty of it, that after we are now, as Jaco said, the dreams we have been through, we trusted that this somehow from the dimension of the universe or the cosmos or the stars or from you, the help came to interpret the dreams. It has happened with me and with thousands of others. I know that because of that, we are here in this Spaceship Institute. So I will say that interpret, understand your ability. That, as John Lennon has said, we are a dreamer. And I am not the only one. So, of course, dream never ends. But here, we come to this dream as reality. What we are going through is somehow go away, go away. I will not say away. Well, it will not exist in this way that we are living, in this wellness, in this peaceful way. So please do join. This is the donation, above all, the kindness to all those are in existence. all existing souls, my dear. All. So thank you. Book now, join, experience the beauty and totality. Give. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now we can go to the video, the next slide.
Yes, and this is an extra information. Mario gave it on the German teachings. It's very important. You see here a connector. The plug is a jack plug, 3.5 millimeters. And what is important to look that there are 3 stripes, because more than 90% of those splitters, or epsilon, like they call it, only have 2. And you can see it on the connector side that there is a headset symbol, and in the middle is a microphone. And both of the connectors have to have these symbols on it. Because if it's only a headset, the microphone will not be there, and it will not serve the purpose we need in the wellness sessions. So it's very important, and it costs not much. Here in Switzerland, they were about 10 Swiss francs or 10 euro. And then you have 2 headsets, which one is on the front side with the headphone side and the microphone side on the other side. So that is how it will function. And a little information about the wellness. What I experienced in all the sessions is that if you're connected, if you're together, if you're working on the energy level, there's a balancing happening. And this balancing comes from the soul connection and goes through to the body. And if it is written, bodies brings bodies to perfection, all at the same time, is a beautiful thing. And I'm really honored to be part of it with you together, to be the first ones to experience this. And it also makes the connection that we do every day, even when you feel it, you can connect. In this connection lies the key for the future. So let's continue on that. Thank you very much. Next slide, please.
Could I ask a question, Jacko?
Yes, certainly.
The microphone symbol on your phone, these are going to be connected to a phone, I would imagine, not a laptop or an iPad or a table computer, right? If that microphone goes up on your screen, is that acceptable? Where you can open and close it?
Yes, that is acceptable. It is recommended not to use a laptop or a tablet. So it's really recommended to use your phone. And most of the phones have this connection. This is a normal jack connection. You can also have a USB connection. Important is that the connectors to the headsets that you use have both symbols. Because normally it is mostly used for games, and then it's only to listen, and then a headset is enough. So most of them don't have the microphone connection, and it should be really on the connectors as a symbol.
Right, and Mr. Keshe said you could bring in any sort of condition or wish you'd like to see happen, whether it's emotional balancing, whether it's a cancer, whether it's a knee pain, or any of these things. I know there'll be doctors and governments in the background observing. This is part of developing space technology, but it's for anything. If you'd like to find your soul, that's definitely possible. If you want to lose weight, if that's your objective, or to create any sort of condition you'd like to see to come into balance for someone. He put no limitations on this. So whatever your wish is, to become more of a giver, again, whatever you choose. I was wondering if you could sit in proxy for someone else, if that was a possibility. Maybe that's a question for Mr. Keshe.
As I understood is you can offer an elevation for someone else, but the soul itself has to accept it. else we go to the point where we force something, and that is not working. That's not the way. So in a way we can offer, and on a soul level, if the soul is open, then and he wants to accept it, that it will be. And we will see more and more who understand that what is happening here is it is like this. You give freely from your soul. You don't expect anything back, but the changes will come and the balancing will come.
Yes,
And
very
in
similar
this,
to
yeah,
what Christ was doing, I think, but he wasn't using headphones. This is to
yes, that's one of the reasons. Mr. Keshe explained that very well. The knowledge was on Earth several times, and the problem was that people didn't share. And that is also how he explained why they introduced the internet with the possibilities of being connected together on the physical level, that the spreading of the knowledge of the soul can function. So in a way, this technology is beautifully prepared for many, many, many years. And what we are living now, or what we are experiencing now, is the result of all that. And we can be really thankful for that.
We have a question. There's a question in the YouTube from Caroline who says, where do we Swiss people get these 3-stripe splitters? I've just got the 2-stripe ones, she says.
I know, and I was searching too for a long, long time. I will put it in the chat, apfelkiste.ch. That is where they have.
It does seem like the Apple devices, if you order them from Apple, and I know Mr. Keshe was saying they have a better system, but it doesn't mean you have to use Apple, but they have the 3 prongs, the 3 stripes on it, just to let everyone know.
Else you can contact me on Telegram.
I suppose they could be ordered from the internet if the people can't find them locally as well.
The problem is Amazon, for example, has, but they don't deliver to Switzerland. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you had the information. Thank you.
Yes, I had the same problem with Mario. He said also, yeah, you can order on Amazon. They don't deliver to Switzerland. It's a protected market here.
Interesting. Okay, I'll put that link in the YouTube.
And of course, the reason for the 2 headphones is one you're going to be wearing on your ears, and the other one is, as I understand it, is going to be placed or affixed to whatever part of the body you might need some elevation or some help with. So in a way, I think you're giving from your soul. It's transferring into the system and lens. As he said, we only need 1 system. And then that energy is then maybe multiplied or somehow fed back plasmatically to the area that you're looking to improve, whatever area that may be. So there's some process and interaction with the systems and links. It's through your own giving. And again, teaching us more about giving, and even elevating everyone thinks it's about the others, but he said, no, you can elevate your own soul, or you can elevate your own physicality. So it's just not giving always to the others. And I think this is a time for building confidence and seeing what we'll see. And I think results will maybe in a week, maybe in a month, or maybe in a year. We'll see, as he said.
You remember, Marco, half a year ago, Mr. Keshe, as a group, they reached this level. And it's all about the connection. If we connect together, if we allow on the soul level to be in this connection, then we're ready. if there are no other questions, Elias also put the links in the chat for USA and for others. Thank you very much, Elias. Okay, then we can go to the next slide, please.
This is about the conference, about the ambassadors conference in meeting, in a conference in London, organized by Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. There's a video, Majeri, to play about the information.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Majeri. Thank you.
Okay, this is called More on Ambassadors Conference. So go ahead first, Salamia.
Thank you, Rick. Hello, Keshe. Hello, everybody. I have a question related to the conference on 28th October with the ambassador of the world for peace. And question is how we can help you on doing this conference, how we can be involved, what are your expectations, and the outcome of the conference will be only one day, and do you have the program, and do you send the invitation? And
These
so
things all.
yeah, I informed today.
It's a 2-day conference.
Yes, 2 days.
It's a 2-day conference for non-speakers, and it's an evening session for the world dignitaries, ambassadors, and the rest. We already know representatives from 2 leading nations will be there already. We know they'll be present. We know the third one will cover in, and dignitaries from the government of the United Kingdom will be present. We do not start going public with a lot of things, and when we need, we go to the Universal Council. It's their job to bring, and as council members, all that's usually done by them, and they usually know when we announce, like last week, they start getting prepared and what they can do, and the organization of the ambassador meeting will be more or less work in conjunction with the Universal Council on the Keshe Foundation. Our message will be very clear in London conference. And when we go out, as usual, the place of the conference will not be disclosed public to the very last minutes because of what we've seen before. And in that process, we will announce everything to those who register. The meeting is in London, in central London, and in one of the most prestigious hotels, or what we call events areas of London. The presence of ambassadors, we have invited ambassadors, and we will invite ambassadors and dignitaries from outside United Kingdom this time. We will see a representative of United Nations. We will see a representative from BRICS. We will see a representative from what we call European Union, as England now is out of the EU. We expect to see representatives of the nation of Russia. And we've been assured, irrespective of what is the position in Ukraine, we will have representation by the Russians. And in a way, we give the knowledge of the universal travel, we give the knowledge of space travel to open the channel for the peace. Don't forget, Keshe Foundation is doing a lot of work in the background. I spend a lot of time moving and making sure a lot of things comes in, especially with the position we are in and the situation we have found ourselves in. We try to restructure Keshe Foundation in a way that it becomes back and our resources come back to. The Keshe Foundation in Austria will shut down within the next 30 days, 60 days maximum. As we close our operation into dimension, moving to a major capital. So in that process, newer structures will come into operation. Then, if you remember, prior to Corona, we held conferences around different cities around the world, and Corona brought us to home. In 2024, most probably be held in East Asia. And we'll announce that will be part of the work of the Keshe Foundation. And we go more in the way of space development, presentation, and delivery than anything else. Technologies which never seen before. Technologies which allow space development to become a what we call a process for the governments to see how we clearing the borders out with the development of new technologies. Hidden technologies will be opened up. In a meeting today with some officials, we delivered the development of new technologies which is not known at all across Keshe Foundation, which allows the governments to take steps in securing national security from resources. These technologies we start rapidly sharing with major governments because it's time to deliver. Because we have the technologies, we have developed it, and it will not be shared with public. Because it needs to be done in the capacity of the governments, and now we have switched all our work, or majority of our work, with national governments, and where we're trying to centralize our work with what we call individuals, organizations, and others. So London conference will be held in a very beautiful way in London. Most of the Keshe Foundation team will be there. We might have a surprise for you when you attend the conference, but that surprise will come when we are much closer to it. And they'll be announced by the foundation in due course. We are looking forward to the end of sanctions on Iran in a coming very soon time. The Keshe Foundation will hold one of its major conferences in Tehran. And And in that process, we'll open different dimensions. We are waiting for a lot of things to happen. As a lot of you know, we have had a battle with a lot of other things, but we have worked on the other ends to change position, direction, and the strength of the Keshe Foundation. We have the technology to bring in major power work outside the Keshe Foundation, within the Keshe Foundation. And London conference is one of those which will start that process if we don't get hit again by another corona. We are not relying on ambassadors from England, of the nation. We are inviting ambassadors from different parts of the world to attend that conference on behalf of the nations.
I'm glad you restart these processes at the high level, and I'm sure will be a success at the soul level. And
we shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see. We have targeted this date for several reasons. Usually we get a flow of ambassadors, world ambassadors, and world leaders through private meetings or private travel in September, October, going to United Nations and coming back, and usually the stopover in London. Many of the world leaders, their private visits are never announced when they enter a country. They're public official, you see. And we have access to a number of these world leaders that we are looking for to have or bring to be in that meeting, in that conference. There's a lot of reasons why we chose that day and that week. We'll be spending a lot of time in that area during that course and simultaneously in other part of the world. Any other question?
Good luck. Thank you very much. And God bless you and all knowledge seekers and all the planet.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you. And this is great and beautiful information. And if there's someone else, some beautiful souls, of course, else want to know something or ask something about this conference, you are so much welcome. Please do.
I think Sweta, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. This is Stefania from the Italian language representative of the Universal Council. I was thinking people, if they want more information, I think the website, the email address is info@keshe.foundation. I will put it in the chat. So just if anyone wants more information about it, I just wanted to say this. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear Stefania. Thank you so much. So please go to the email address, email, and ask about any more information you want in clarity so that you can be best known about this conference. Thank you. Thank you, dear beautiful souls. So we can move to the next slide.
Shweta,
Yes, yes.
Isn't this offered on the Keshe Foundation store as well?
Yeah, I was about to say that too, where is also in the Keshe Foundation store, where that one is if you want to buy a ticket. And I think the ticket it's 1,500, and then you have to add the tax. I think the tax are not included. So I assume will be around 2,000. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. So for who wants to buy the ticket? Okay, now I put Rick, can you put again the things because there are different prices. Okay. Okay. I think yeah, you got discount. Yeah. Yes, if you buy 10 tickets. I suppose if you go a group and you come together, it would be much, much cheaper. Okay. Yeah. And this one is in the website of the Keshe Foundation. Thank you. I don't know, Marco, do you want to add anything?
No, again, he said it's time to release this technology. So some of this, again, won't be in the public domain, but the governments are going to start to use it for their own national security. Just part of the opening up of the process. This is the way it has to go, Mr. Keshe said, through the governments and then through the other nations in the same way, and then into the population, I would imagine. But at this point in time, it's just for the governments to become more familiar with it. And I think what the ambassadors will see, as Mr. Keshe said, there'll be an attempted transmutation by one of the Mojans, which I'm sure he's well seasoned and prepared for this. And they're probably also going to see, again, I don't know if this is open to attendees or just dignitaries, material enhancement. I think this is part of the, again, giving the governments ability on their own to reach a sort of independence for developing certain things. So I'm thinking the transmutation plus perhaps material enhancement, which Mr. Keshe had mentioned before, where he'd like to see the tonnage of these various minerals, materials, ores, and different things sort of come to a level. But again, that won't be in the public domain. This will be just in the background for now.
I mean, this one, I remember Mr. Keshe, if I remember correctly, said these are the final steps. So this is quite a breakthrough. So because Mr. Keshe works like that, if you noticed in the past, in 2012, he gave the USB stick to the old ambassador then, and then he waited 3 years. Nothing was done from the governments at that time, and after that we teach to scientists when he had the school in Barletta for 3 years, and then he waited for the scientists to do something. Not much was done, and then he went public to the people, and with us spent 7 years. Not much has been done from the knowledge seeker in a big scale with big changes. And now we go back to the government. And I think now what is different is that he sent 2 and possibly 3 government backing up at the moment. So that means they signed the peace treaty, and as he promised, all the things he couldn't disclosure to the public, he would disclosure only if they're committed to peace. Now it can disclosure. So I think we're gonna hit for a very big knowledge coming up, because like Mr. Keshe said, what we've been doing so far is not even touching the tip of the surface. It's like we just below the tip of an iceberg, and we still have. We didn't even started yet to really learn about this technology, and I really see this Congress a very big breakthrough, because it will be for the first time he will show technology it never been shown on Earth before. So it means no one ever seen these technologies before.
Yes, across the Keshe Foundation, he said it's never been seen, and other hidden technologies as well. So I think the ambassadors will really be, their jaw will be dropping at what they're about to see, because only a few people in the universe has ever achieved this transmutation, and now it's going to be available for everyone. And of course, this is part of the moving into the one planet, one nation, one race, is to eliminate borders. We're on a single sphere, and this sphere is moving through the universe, and I don't think we need all these different compartmentalized, even though that's the way I believed earlier or before the Keshe Foundation, sovereign countries and sovereign nation states. But now with this technology, there'll be no need for borders, as people will be able to change their map locations, I think, on this planet and across the universe. As he said, by the end of this century, most of the population on this planet will have this ability and use it.
But he also said that this technology, even is beyond the UFO technology. What we consider already, oh my God, people still do not understand the UFO technology. This one is go beyond. So even the UFO, even the extraterrestrial people will have to learn it. So it's new for everyone.
Yeah, he talked about space technology, space travel and everything. And as we see, he gave the example of in many cities, we're going to accommodate both. But he said, when you go to a city, you don't see everyone on a bicycle or everyone on a bus. People take different modes of transportation. So we're going to accommodate both matter state and universal travel in the dimension, the way the creator travels.
Yeah, because I think what is unique about this technology, from my understanding, it's that you're going straight with the source. So it's come from what we call creator, or so we are really going into the source of where everything comes from. And that, I think, it's the difference from this technology to others technology. Because even other technology that we call him extraterrestrial technologies, still they are, like he said, they're like donkeys. Still them, they're not quite there yet. So really can wait. And then he talked about a lot about the machine that materialize stuff, the enhancement unit for material. So
material enhancement, yes, unit.
Yeah, so for me, this is my assumption, obviously. I think that one, will show also to the government, because with that one, you can, if we can materialize gold, if we can materialize any material, this is a big implication for this, the system of today will naturally become obsolete, because you don't need anymore a system with monetary system, because if everyone, because I remember Mr. Keshe said that everyone will have a machine in their home who can materialize whatever they need at the point of need. And he also talked that they're gonna teach how to make houses from plasma. So from plasma, from my understanding, you can make a proper wall to make shelter. And then you can feed people, so you don't need food. The application, there is no fields it doesn't touch. And once, I think, Mr. Keshe, now that they signed the peace treaty, he will start, this is my assumption, he will start with this government. It will show not to the public, because it's too delicate, it's so much big change that it brings that has to be done properly. So we start with some government, and then like a ripple effect. All the other government are forced to follow, because otherwise they will be left out. I'm sure there is no any other way.
They won't even be able to find the donkey. They'll still be walking on two legs. So yes, we're encouraging everyone to come on board and see what this new space, not new, but new to this planet, space technology has an offer for humanity. And eventually it all leads to the elevation of the soul of every soul on this planet and across the universe. So this is just the beginning. And as he said, there'll be another conference in 24 in East Asia. And then when the sanctions are lifted off of Iran, there'll be a major conference in Tehran as well.
Even the transmutation, even the fact that he said he's going to teach to the first Mojan how to transmute, even that things on itself is already big, just this, because it's the dream of everyone. Everyone wants eternal life. Everyone wants eradication of any illness, So it's just the dream of any scientist, anyone. because
Yes.
like he said, we're not supposed to leave our body behind. So I just can't wait. So I think gradually we all gonna get involved. So I'm not worried to go first or go later. Yeah, sorry.
Slowly, he said, we're bringing man into this understanding.
Yeah, no one will be left out.
Correct.
Yes. Very good. That's why I really insist. I mean, maybe no, it's not the right word, but definitely, you know, for anyone who want to support any charity or any foundation, I think this is the one, because at the end, no one will need to have money to survive. So, you know, you give some support in this transition time to make these things be able to go forward. But then once it start to take fire, like once the government accept it fully and understood what they have in their hands, then I think we're gonna become unstoppable. So we have to just kind of be ready to that step. So as a knowledge seeker, I think our work is to start to be ready, because we're gonna have this jump very soon where I think we're gonna become well-known worldwide, and we have to, you know, he will say that there are not many teachers, and there are not many people who, you know, he rely on the knowledge seeker to spread the knowledge, because he said we at the moment we follow the Keshe Foundation, and we follow this new, it's not new knowledge, it's actually knowledge of the universe. It's a knowledge that is supposed to be taught to us from the beginning. And now the Keshe Foundation has, you know, they were not in the media, so we're not well known. But he said, so he thinks we are the true knowledge seekers. And then he said, eventually when the foundation become famous, then you will have a lot of people just apply because they want to be part of this process. So he said he relied a lot on us to go deeper with our study. I'm trying to get deeper, but for me sometimes it's really, you know, but I can wait, but I'm not really good in the lab.
Yeah, I know our physicality is so anxious for this to happen, but I think in the last workshop, or maybe another one, but where he said that going around the sun in 1 year, yeah, it's 1 year for the physicality, but it's only about 3 seconds of the life of the soul of the man. So in 1 minute, that would be 20 seconds in the life of the soul of the man. So there's no need to rush it. If we understand this understanding, your soul is probably going to be in existence for millions or billions of years, depending on what you decide or whatever the decisions are made at that time to do a final separation. So the soul is very patient, and it realizes it has much time to work and to understand many of these things. But it's the physicality that wants it tomorrow. We understand this. But just to see this dimension difference in the life of the soul of the man compared to the life of the physicality, which may get extended as well. And
yeah,
of course, yeah.
Sorry, no, she in the chat is saying, brilliant, I love it. Yes, it's true. Meta replication device. I mean, already just this. I love this technology.
and you know, if it's a mystery to you, as Myrna said, how do we do this? And Mr. Keshe said, you're doing it every night when you dream. It's just that we're unfamiliar with this understanding of the dream, and it seems all foreign to us and mixed up, and we don't really have a control of it in the conscious waking hours, although we do daydream, but we're still using this technology, even though it's not been fully explained to us or shown to us by the soul.
I mean, the bottom line, I don't know if Mushfaq is here, but he was tell us, you know, that rightly so, at the end of the day, this technology, it just enhance our own inner power. So we have all this inner power. So it's a little bit like have a washing machine without instruction. and we just know how to use it. And my assumption is that this machine, what it does, it just helps you to understand the instruction to how to use your own body. And then eventually you don't need this machine at all. It's just like a stepping stone. So it's not something that and people can do this without a machine, like Mushfaq were telling us they're doing in Pakistan. You know, they're doing a lot of this stuff already, where they use their own soul to connect with other people, you know, so a lot can be done. Obviously, definitely for someone like me, I do need the machine. I'm too material. But obviously I do, you know, there are a lot of people who work with their body. I don't know, like you hear in, for example, in the Shaolin Temple, you hear some master, they did this stuff where they used to materialize, you know, this stuff has been done in the past by humans. We just need to learn not to do it again.
No question. You mentioned electricity and the washing machine. And I know after a Great Depression in this country where they started to electrify certain parts of the country, the people had never seen electricity before. They didn't know how to use it, weren't familiar with it. Today, everyone understands it. Everyone uses it. But I thought that was good. And this is a very similar thing. It's a new understanding, a new technology. And again, it's system assist until we reach the point where we're the last man standing. In other words, you'll be able to do so many of these things through your own creation of energies or through emotions and so on. There's much, much to teach. As you said, he hasn't even barely cracked the door open on this technology.
I can wait. Yeah, so I think it's actually very breakthrough, this Congress. It's mark a beginning of you know, when we say the plasma, we're going into plasma era. I think definitely it's mark this beginning of, you know, when we have, like you said, industrial revolution and then the electric, and now we have a plasma revolution, I think, very soon.
Yes, and that includes a new science, a new ethos, and of course, a new language being introduced.
There is a question from CET. Mark, would you like to read it? I'm really bad in reading.
Hello, Mr. Keshe. Will we utilize universal radiant energy in combination with Magrav's plasma energy in the future? That's one question. And also, does the Magrav's plasma energy make energy free forever? I had heard somewhere that Magrav plasma energy does not hurt or shock you when you touch it. Is this true? I'm not sure what he means by radiant energy in combination with Magrav's. But again, the Magrav is already set within your structure. I know we keep reverting back to the matter state, and there's no problem with that. We continue to work with it. But I think he's taking us again to this dimension of creating these things with interactions within ourselves. And this is what it's leading to. And these this wellness through the work of the soul is part of that process as well.
Yes, and I think here he said also if the plasma energy will be free for energy will be free forever. It's like the planets, they rotate forever, or you know, or plasma. We are made in 97% of plasma, so we are plasma. So we just go back to the law of the universe. So for plasma, it's everything you see in the universe. So the planets rotate; they don't have electric current, or they're plugged to anything. and they've been rotating for millions of years. So this energy definitely will be free. Obviously now, because we are in a transition time and we gathering research for the government, we regarding a lot of research to show the potential, and Mr. Keshe goes as fast as the student understanding. So he will not disclose things if he see they will not reach to that level yet. So we go as fast as our understanding. And also at the same time, we go as fast as the governments are ready to commit. So for example, now they signed for the peace treaty. So now they're gonna disclosure much more technology that they didn't show before. So I'm sure we got a lot more to learn about. But I don't think the plasma energy, it's hurt when you touch it, because you are made of plasma. So when someone touch you, they don't get hurt. So it took me a long time to understand that we are made of plasma. I always perceive our body as material, you know? It took me a long time to figure out, to understand it, that even the skin are 3 magnetic fields interacting together that create the skin, but it's not at the matter level. Is correct, Rick, to say that? It's plasma, that's why we can shape-shifting, isn't it?
But what happens when we meet up with the plasma of the sun, with the plasma of our skin? If we're not careful, we'll get sunburnt. So not all plasmas are totally friendly to us, although the sun gives us lots of things. It can also burn us if we get too close, you could say.
Yeah, but also when our inner plasma expand, we can even go into the lava. Understood?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good point.
Yeah, there is all this.
The question about being free, I know someone asked Mr. Keshe about when will we stop using money, and I think he said that when we get the greed out of the man. So that may be a little longer or down the road, but the energy from the universe is free. All we need to do is tap into it. And the creator doesn't charge. Still, as long as we have this factor of greed, the money will still be in use for a bit longer, I believe.
One thing I also want to say, thank you, Mark, that freedom and free has been misinterpreted in this physical realm. What is free? And people will go and get it and use it like, oh wow. But here in this space technology or universe or with a soul interaction, plasma, the energy that we're talking about, the universal energy, as Mark was saying, that tap into the universal energy. When we say free or freedom, how can you get it? By interacting. The energy always interact with each other to have this, to understand, to create this balance and have this independent feeling, like, to be happy, how to be happy, how to be enjoy, how to interact, how to give and receive, like that. And it continues this motion. Here we can't say that free or freedom or like that, but it is interdependency. It is always like a family, as I am a housewife. When I get this feeling of freedom, I will say the independence as an individual. How can I get that? When I prepare meal for everybody is satisfied, the house is well looked, decorated or washed or clean, and this is the interaction I was doing with my family members, and saying to them, asking to them, giving and receiving love, unconditional love, of course. Then at the day gone out and the night comes, I feel that happiness. And that is, if you may say, the freedom to be free, that is the freedom. And if you are a unit, if you are a plasma being, or you can say a reactor of like Magrav as a reactor, so how will it react? It react with another unit. Because of this, the wellness organization is there so that we can interact for freedom of all, for benefit of all. So to get what is free energy, we can't use free energy here. We can use energy in interaction, if you say so. So, yes, Mark? Yes? Hello, Mark?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. So here I will say the happiness, the joy, the the balance you get when you are completing your services. Then you receive this. Well, you can say freedom, but energy is always in interaction. It is, you cannot use free for energy. Energy is always in services, action, motion, and this is universe, and we are part of it. So it is the interdependency, as I learned in our beautiful teacher Alex classes, that it is the interdependency on each other, in the soul connections that we do, in the communication, in the giving unconditional love. We can do that, and we can feel the freedom, as in this physicality we say, are you feeling the freedom? Then you can feel the freedom, but these responsibilities have to balance. Only then you can feel that, as we are doing, as my massage Shriman and Keshe is doing for humanity. He can go anywhere, and he was also, he was also sometimes become sad because of this indulgence of physicality and all. But still, this is the service, this is the responsibility of all of us as an energy, to give unconditional love to others and feel the independence or freedom, or you can say free. So you cannot buy this. You cannot buy this anywhere. You cannot buy love. You cannot. I have this experience of as somebody given me a gift, and there was a moment of jumping, and then it's gone. Why? Because in this realm, we are taught to do that. We are obsessed by that. That here you are going to get this. Oh, this is lovely, like that. You will fall in love with it. But well, ultimately, it vanished. But now, in this interaction, the freedom actually comes when we interact. We take the responsibility, that we are taking the responsibility. We are all taking the responsibility with our heart and soul for the freedom of all souls to get the benefit of unconditional love. This can be delivered free, in kindness, in love, in the ethos of the universe. So, my dear Said, I will say that as you, a being, is a reactor, a plasma being. Touch, you can feel. Yes, of course, as Rick said, that, well, if the sun is a plasma ball, well, I will say sphere, then you have to be careful sometimes. Because sometimes even touching, it becomes, like you can feel something else. But then if you are in a way, in the soul communication, always you can touch the soul, you can touch the heart without touching. The plasma can do that as a being. So there is no energy, free energy, but there is always freedom in interaction of energies in unconditional love. So thank you, my dear Said, for your question. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so
he wrote that he will love his technology in Pakistan, and I think, like you said, we just if we keep going the way we're going, will be inevitable. So every country will be inundated with this technology, because I think it's not stopping process. And then he said, yes, absolutely agree. Our consciousness can also create matter and materialize things. This is the core of energy behind everything. It's the core energy behind everything, underlies everything. And then say, thank you, Keshe Foundation. Yes, agree. This energy is beyond limitation and conception. Yeah, I think so too.
Thank you. With the message of the conference came for all to get this benefit. And I will say that this will open the door, accepting as governments are ruling at this time, as the government political leaders are doing, or corporate sector are doing, covering many massive population. And they can, well, I wish that this time they can understand the technology, and they will, I wish. And you open the door for all of us to be in this technology, to learn, to understand, to enjoy the new creation of human cycle and new life and living, as we have lost the track of so many years. Now, in this peaceful path, we are together. So I think the leaders will come, and most of the leaders will come and understand and join Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute for the benefit of all this time. And we are already elevating the souls, as we are not separate. So thank you, my dear sir. Thank you. And yes, we can go to the next slide, Marjorie. Well, Keshe coins, beautiful picture. The coins are also beautiful, but coins of the future, coins of the now. Well, I will say, well, I'm not really good at it, but any beautiful soul else want to? There's a video, Adri, to play.
Yes, let me play that now.
Oh, thank you, my dear. Beautiful, beautiful, so beautiful, mesmerizing, I will say. The coins, really. And please, if anybody wants to say,
yeah, I would
anything.
like to say because with the conversation in very recently about this, because I mean, I don't know if Mushfaq is here, because he also gave a nice information about it, because I was pointed out that, for example, in the Italian community, but I noticed also in England, people start to be a little bit worried about, there is a voice going around that maybe the bank system is going to collapse, and people are worried. They don't know anymore where they're going to put their money or how to spend them. So a lot of people go into crypto currency, but even that one, a lot of people, they are not so sure about it. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know. Nothing feels safe. So I actually, I even left a message to Mr. Keshe. I said, if you could give us an update on cash coins, because the only things I know is that if you buy cash coins, obviously your money, they're gonna be going to support the foundation to stay independent, so they can be then used to development, more research, more projects, because there are a lot of projects going in a big scale in the background. So all this has to be financed at the moment in this time, because we're not there yet. So the government didn't fully embrace, as far as I know, yet everything. So we need to have this bridge to try to support the foundation to stay independent until we'll explode, no? So obviously, for me, it's come natural that if I have if I don't know where to invest my money, I would prefer to give it to someone that I think follow my how you say my principle, no? So and obviously for me the Keshe Foundation does, but we're talking in a lot of stuff because obviously I don't know if Mushfaq is here. Is Mushfaq is here? Because he will say something really interesting. Yes. Can you say something? What you were said yesterday? That was very interesting about the cash coin, because I never see it that way like you explain it. Obviously, I'm aware that we need more information about it, and you know, but yeah, if you wanted to say more.
You know, we have to look at currency. I mean, how do we use currency as it exists, the paper currency, or you know, the digital, which has become essentially a currency that's exchanged electronically. You know, if you go back in history and how the monetary system came into existence, I mean, there is a lot of material available to examine how the monetary system came into operation and how it functions today. So one of the fundamental aspects of the monetary system is that you have to have a backing, which is usually done through gold. There is even rumor that the Bank of England, when it was established, it was established using alchemical gold, which is another way of saying it was the gold made from nano gold, the dust of gold, that some of us have made using plasma technology. But you can actually make gold from other metals using plasma technology. But that's another story. But whether we go into making gold with plasma technology, it's possible, but do we need to go there? That's the question. So the gold right now is considered one of the main tangible thing to provide the backing for all the currency system. It's supposed to be like that, but some of the things have moved to petroleum, for example, what we now know as petrodollar. So in the end, the currency cannot exist in vacuum. You have to have a backing. And but it also created this artificial hierarchy in the human society, which is the poverty and the wealth. And many of the golds that is used for backing has exchanged hands in ways that are unknown at the present. Some of it has disappeared, apparently. So there are a lot of controversies and rumors associated with it. I mean, it started around and after the Second World War, and there is all sorts of things about it. But fundamentally, we need a currency that is stable, and you have to have a basis to make it stable. We can't just print money, and then we know all about inflation and all that. In the end, money is a convenient vehicle to exchange goods that we do. And in a barter system, for example, in the past, we believe that humanity used barter system, but right now, barter system has been replaced with an intermediary, which we call currency. And the more you have it, the better off you are and all that. Now, how does the cash coin come into this whole picture? What is different, versus other, let's say, the cryptocurrencies that someone was mentioning about that? In the end, it has to have the backing. Whatever the backing is, there has to be a tangible starting point for this. So the cash coin is actually an interesting alternative to all the currencies. Be it paper currency or the new cryptocurrencies that are in fashion these days. Here, the fundamental basis is that technology and the products coming out of Keshe Foundation is the backing. It's actually the human creativity that's the backing behind this cryptocurrency, which is cash coin. So, which is fundamentally different in the sense that we are putting value on our capacity to create things, not on something, some material, some object like gold, which conceivably we can do it with plasma technology very easily, as is the case with alchemical gold. And so, but moving to something like individual capacity to create, actually we are moving to the system which are present elsewhere outside of the planet, where societies operate without currency. Because we create for others, things for others, we love people to love to give it to others. And, we create things as people need these things or as people enjoy using these things. So the real wealth is the human capital or human, or it doesn't have to be human. Other societies elsewhere outside of the planet I'm sure, willing to participate in contributing their creative effort in enhancing ours and their society. So this is, people talk about free energy and free this and that. But Keshe Foundation, Keshe coin is backed by something which is really valuable. But on the other side of things, Keshe coin, through our interaction with the government, is interconvertible with the current system. So in a way, it's a bridge between a truly free universal system and what we have now today in our society, which is, may not be the perfect system, but it has its place and we are used to it. So it's easy for us to deal with. And having a bridge such as Keshe coin takes us from where we are now, sort of our shaky banking system, to a universal system where value is associated with our capacity to create and our understanding of the creation process and all that. So it's a very different way of looking at things, or different way of operating. where people are free to contribute for the benefit of others, and everybody, and people can do it for the love of it and for the joy of it and things like that. And we value those things: creativity, joy, and giving, and etc. But we need a bridge from now to that point where we have this situation where we can interoperate without, with trust and with love. Love and trust are essentially the same thing. And it's just we are used to ideas of people stealing. I mean, not just necessarily money. We steal energy and all that other things that we hear everywhere these days through war and everything. I mean, we rob people's capacity to think independently and creatively and with happiness through war. It's a stealing. So, and there is money and all of these things that go with it. So, in the end, we have to move away from this creation of ours, which we know as monetary system, to something more equitable and more universal. So, but it's not, it's not like it's happening in a flick of in a flash. So we have to do it in a gradual way so people can get accustomed to this idea, as it is happening with the technology itself. That's what we are doing with Keshe Foundation, introducing, us becoming familiar with it, and then slowly telling others, yes, some people laugh at us about what we do, but in the end, I mean, we are result oriented, and we want to see it, and we are result oriented as well as, enhance people's life situation in the process, be it health, be it energy, or whatever else, or be it even making gold. As long as we don't get attached to this gold idea, it's all right. Somebody can make, for fun, do it. But in the end, Keshe Coin is a solution which is a bridge from existing system to, let's say, widespread application of plasma technology in both planetary, at the planetary level as well as beyond. So we have, as governments see these things, right now, why would you buy Keshe Coin? People have to appreciate the value of it. For that, the technology gets known through the governmental system and our involvement with space program and everything else that's in the horizon. And then the value increase, and then we can do all sorts of things. Then we can start walking on this bridge that we call Keshe Coin. And soon we'll get there. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mushfaq, because you reminded me also when you talk about gold. For example, I have some friends, you have to buy gold, silver, and then everyone, have this, I don't have money to buy anyway, but everyone, panicking and buy gold and silver. And then I'm thinking, but if everyone buy gold and silver, apart that I saw a video about the gold mafia, there is a big mafia around gold trafficking between the government. There is big mafia there. So even when you buy gold, you're supporting a system that is a lot of corruption and it doesn't take you anywhere. You will always have to buy gold. And then we depleting the earth, because I was thinking if everyone's gonna start to buy gold, where does gold come from, and then you're supporting slavery of the mines, all these things. And even with Krypton, even there, you don't even know, no one knows. There are so many, no one really knows. There are not a lot of people that don't, even with that one, you sustain the same system, so you don't go much anywhere. It just changing from the bank to another system that works the same. So definitely, to me, it's like, yes, cash coins. Yes, like you said, now it's not a fast process. It's not like you said, it has to be a value behind. But as we see with this Congress, with the ambassador, and then 2-3 government backing up the plasma technology, and they already signed the peace treaty. So already we see that we're getting somewhere, because I think once this government, they start to understand the full potential. For example, if we got this machine who can materialize everything, eventually this system of today will collapse anyhow. So eventually we will not need money if we support foundation like the Keshe Foundation. If we support things that they invest in the future, in a new future, where they don't rely on the system of today. There are a lot of people out there, they really want a new change. They want to create a different life that there is now. We all know that the system of today doesn't work, but obviously there is good in everything. So it's good for something, but you know, it cannot sustain us. So definitely I see, you know, invest on the cash coin. It's like if you invest into a future that it's completely different than today, and then eventually it will be a future where you don't have money anyhow. So you take off the fear. Oh my God, one day I will run out of money. Oh my God, what if the system collapse? Because in the future will not be need of money, because once these materialized machine are in every house, and the government make this free for any citizen, because I suppose the reason why Mr. Keshe dealing with the government, he said it because he thinks it's a job that should be done in a big scale, so every citizen can have electricity for free, can have the essential for living for free. So finally, we don't have to worry about going to work, and we can spend our time on do what we enjoy most, to develop skills that we enjoy to develop, and not because we have to pay the bills, you know. So I think it's a good project to support, you know. And I'm sure there are a lot of people, they are looking for this, but obviously slowly we will know more, we'll see more, and people will naturally, I think, will go into this direction. I don't know if you understood me.
Yes, thank you, Stefania. Thank you, my dear Moshe. You have explained it beautifully, just so that many will understand that that as we are all understanding that this coins will be the bridge for humanity to cross, to be in space, as well in space there is no money like this fiat currency, or which is an interaction of energy always in space, in the cosmos. And as they say, there is no shop, you cannot buy anything like that. But as Stefania says, we can live in peacefulness, in doing what we wanted to do, what our heart feels, in happiness. So these coins will, we can say, give a bridge, a practice for humanity, all beings, to be in interaction with no money, like no material money, but an interaction with a coin, you know. And we can understand that, then we can understand and come in the level that we don't need this type of money. And as Mashfiq said, this is human ability about these coins. They appeared. And this we will learn from this coin also how to interact with energies, how to be in space, because in space there will be no shop and nothing to buy. So these coins, they look beautiful, and they are also, they will teach us like how to be in space, how to be in this wellness, how to be in this soulfulness of space and universal unified feeling of the creator. So thank you, my dear Moshfik. Thank you so much. Thank you. So we can, anybody else want to say anything about this, about the coins?
Sweta, it's Dean here. May I quickly say just a few words?
Oh, of course, my dear. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you everybody for those wonderful words and everything that was spoken. That obviously we all understand the situation with money. I mean, money came to us with an intention. Was the first intention of money the correct intention? And then from everything from that seed, everything else we know, we see, we experience from that seed has an energy, interference, transaction, and everything else you want, any words you'd like to put to it. So the rotation of the earth, the inertia of the earth, does that have a monetary value? Does your soul have a monetary value? I know all these systems are in place right now, and we need them. You know, we're a part of our structure, part of our culture at the moment. But the initial seed that started them, what was the intention? And so we're now talking about going back to another intention that is set to work with the existing systems to bring about a change for humanity, for humanity to start experiencing another way, to dwell and be part of physicality on planet Earth, where it's not just for a few, and the few can be nations or a few people in a community. It can be for everybody, and we all experience this coming together of experiencing, sharing, and giving on a community, on a soul level, each and every one of us. And this is the key to the next stage for us as humans, to establish this new reconnection with the soul. So things like going to work, why would you want to go? This is the next stage. So if we go to work, we go to exchange our energies, to give our energy so others can receive the fruits of what we do. And then we get paid this back in a monetary term. And depending upon the seed that you've intended, I mean, if you're very humble and you're just wanting to feed your family and share with your pets, your loved ones, your animals, and feed them, then that intention is a beauty. But when we start getting into the intention of using money to then manipulate and use it for other intentions that bring about a lot of conditions that many do not find healthy or beneficial to them, then you see the root, the stem, I'm doing it with plant analogies here, the seed from that very first seed has set everything in position. And when you think that we are on a rotating planet that is part of a system in the solar system that you can't see the planet from, and then if you go to the galaxy, you can't see the solar system, and on and on and on, it's no fixed position. There's no fixed position. So monetary terms is a man-made short-term fixed position. The Keshe Foundation and the knowledge that's being brought forward freely is the change, is the point where humans start to adapt the understanding, the ethos of a universal condition that brings about great wealth for everybody, for you. Wealth of the soul, unlimited. And you are very, very welcome. Thank you, Sweta. Thank you all.
Thank you, my dear Dean. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. We can go to the next slide. Okay, Here we bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. All beautiful souls are welcome to share, give, and receive unconditional love. Thank you. Welcome, my dear ones.
So it's Dean here again. So I'd just like to,
Yes.
if that's possible, Sweta, thank you. To bring the needs and wishes. So let's change it a little bit. So it seems to be that we would love to hear the needs and wishes of many of you coming forward. And in the physical form, in the physicality, people are not coming forward with this message. So for the next, let's say for the next 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, let's connect on a soul level. Let you bring your needs and wishes to the soul of the Keshe Foundation. And we'll do this. I'll just quickly time it myself. We'll just do it for 20, 30 seconds. Here we go. So bring a need and a wish that is so relevant to you that it makes you full of joy and happiness and changes the dimension inside yourself, elevates your soul and elevates all that are concerned and all the souls that are present with you for your wish. So start 30 seconds and we'll start now. Okay, thank you, everybody. So whatever the need and wish was, whatever you brought forward, the Universal Council are present with you. The souls, all the souls are present with you. And if your wish was a genuine wish of beauty to give and share with others, then we are present. And I thank you for the beauty of you being present with your beautiful soul. Thank you. Thank you, Sweta.
Yes, we are present, my dear. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, all in love. Welcome, my dear ones. Anything to share, beautiful souls? You are welcome, as Dean said.
Be a brave soul. Come forward with your voice, the wonder of your voice, the voice box. When you connect the voice box to the soul of physicality and the soul of man, and speak, think, and act those words, they have great resonance. They change nations. They change you. They bring about the change for all of us. When we do this, we become fearless. Remember, in creation, you are everything. And when you do this, you're talking to yourself. What would you say to yourself to give you the greatest joy and love? Be fearless.
But I do like talking about community. I do like the picture of Gianni in the. I think he said it was barley. That he worked with the plasma in agriculture. And I know that Mr. Keshe also said that very soon he will bring a new change in agriculture, new way of working with it. But I really like Gianni's. I don't know if you got the picture, Rick. I like Gianni's picture with all in the fields. I think
It's
the
wheat.
plasma
Trigo.
barley. Wheat. Okay. Who is speaking? Who was speaking?
John Wells.
John. Yeah. How are you?
Very well. How
So
are
was
you?
weed.
Sound well.
Very well.
Good.
Nice to hear your voice. You do a lot of stuff with the water in Argentina, isn't it? You
Yeah,
deliver a lot of
continually.
water daily.
Yeah, exactly. And I also manage a Spanish group.
Translating for the Spanish group.
Not translating. I sort of get people to do different things, translating, putting videos together, whatever.
You helping with organizing the Spanish group.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, because I found that too. I'm really bad in organizing. I make a lot of confusion. So I now leave it to, we have in our group as well, a few people who are good with it. But because it's true, you got so many people, because it's Spanish mean big things, not just one country, everyone who is Spanish language. And so it can be people from all over the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you have to organize all the people. And I found, for example, in Italy, for me, it's not been an easy job. I'm not good in organize, so it's not been easy. There is a lot in the background. For example, you need a lot of help with the translation. You need a lot of help on the even organizing workshop, organize teaching, or just keep up with the Telegram chat. So you're doing all that. Do you have a meeting, weekly meeting as organizer?
No, not as organizers. We've got 2 teaching meetings, Mondays and Wednesdays.
What time they are? They are for public.
At 10 p.m. European time.
Both of them, 10 p.m.
Yes, they're on the timetable.
And people can see them in the Keshe Foundation website.
Exactly, yes.
In education. So people who are different language can go in the website. Oh, here we go. Okay. Very showing.
Stefania, yourself, sorry, Stefania, yourself and John, you're very humble, and you're very, I think many people within the foundation, there are many knowledge seekers and around the foundation like yourselves that do so much in the background, are constantly there serving this, all the souls present. And the things that you bring forward are so beautiful. And I've been present and listened to you for a very long time now. And the soul that you have, that you carry, that shines so brightly, and that you gift to humanity is quite amazing. All you wonderful souls present, and I thank you, because I know there will come a time when humanity will understand what you've done, and you need to realize and rejoice in the humble and the beauty that you really are. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. We've met each other over in Mexico, so we had a good time over there.
We did, John, indeed. We certainly did.
Where in Mexico? When?
We went to a conference once. There was a conference.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah, 2020. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Over at the pyramids. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. That's beautiful, the video. This must be the wife of Johnny, I think. Yeah. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, exactly.
Happily, it looks happy, these fields. I don't know.
Plasmatic fields. Yes. So they've received all the love and joy from the soul of both of them and all the community. And I think this is that love, through the soul that is then in the soul of the wheat. Every single one of them has a soul, and they've been brought back to origin. So, as the origin, the original of this particular plant, and the soul of the plant is now present once more on the planet in its true essence, in its true form. And anything that's taken back to origin, like in the mother's womb and all these analogies that Mr. Keshe uses, is the true essence of creation for the environment, for us within the spectrum of fields that exist within planet Earth, as we exist as a physical being, a soul present in the moment, in physicality, but also forever present as a soul that will continue the journey for a very long time.
Yeah, because
he uses. Sorry. In fact, he uses quite a bit of zinc GANs on the agriculture, so he has a very good emotional response by all the plants.
Yeah, you can see they looks happy. And I remember, do you remember that also the documentary from Vietnam where they had all the crops GM, genetically modified, and it was reversed the seed through the plasma. So maybe they don't this here as well, like didn't.
Yeah, they don't use any modified genetic seeds. And they only use a 30% of this normal amount of seeds, and they get duplicate the production. And also in the milk from the cows.
But can you reverse? I think, if understood, has been shown that they can reverse the GM seeds into normal seeds.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, that is very important, because now you don't know what you get. In Italy, people will go mad for this, because they're so into, I get the grain, I get the bread from these special grains and the special, a lot of people, going back to the origin. So this is very, very good result.
So Stefania,
you're getting bugs in the flour nowadays also.
Yeah, I understand that is John. Just going back to what Stefania just spoken about, I think it's so important is so the intention, and we go back to what was spoken of money. So when money starts to dictate to the souls present in physicality, then you have a different intention and a different creation. When you look at if you took this as monetary terms for each soul that's present here, then it's a different transaction. This is done with love and care. This is done to create for all and to give, so each receives the beauty and the knowledge and the energy transfer they require, being present here in physicality and emotionally, to elevate the soul. So this plasmatic wheat has a very incredible beginning. It's a new creation. And if a seed is a creation and everything has a soul, then can you imagine if you eat this wheat, what it will do to yourself, and then to elevate your emotions, to elevate your physicality, so that when you come in contact with another soul, you're vibrating, you're in a different position, and you become a giver, you give more, and you understand creation. And that's just one part of the process. And then each soul adds their beauty to this. And the field just grows, the field interactions grow and grow. And then the beauty of the soul becomes not just one, but all of us in all dimensions. And Gianni and many knowledge seekers, John, the beauty that you've done for so long, is that they are tapping into the essence of this, reseeding of planet Earth, bringing about the beauty that you are, all of you, that is within you, as we all know this as a soul, and is present in each and every moment that you take the action, and the words and the thought to deliver yourself into a position that will enhance others, and want to be part of this technology that is, as Stefania said, is ancient. It's universal knowledge that's coming back once more for all of you to experience, and bring us all back into a unity of just being in perfect balance with the environmental flow, with ourselves and all the creatures that are created and placed upon planet Earth. And so that interaction then enhances the soul, and then we can take this forward and join the universal community on a soul level. And we know that many of them are present with us, but too shy to show themselves in their true form. So they have the cloak of a human being. But if we saw them in their true essence, you would see the goldenness, the beauty of the soul shining through, very much like this wheat. You would understand what is being brought to humanity, and all this nonsense with monetary terms and wanting to control in the wrong way from the wrong seed would all very, very quickly disappear. Transmute would be the beauty once more.
It's very interesting because, like you said, apart there is Gianni wrote something in the chat. Maybe he can speak. But you know, we now we got plasma wine, so we got happy wine and plasma bread. I mean, this is gonna be very fantastic bread because I know the bread is not bad for you when you use natural wheat, fresh wheat. Is actually very nutritional. It's bad now because of all the work they do into it that is not natural, but otherwise.
Why don't we let Gianni go ahead here? He's got his hand up here and he's waiting to talk. So
perfect.
yeah, that would be good. Thanks.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Gianni.
Hi, Gianni.
Hello, Gianni.
Hi, Gianni. My
Hi.
dear.
John Wells, please help me. John?
Yeah, John or someone.
Yeah, I've been trying to activate my microphone. I got something funny going on my computer. Adelante, Gianni.
Ok, gracias, John. Lo primero, quiero agradecer a todos por estar aquí.
First of all, I want to thank you all for being here, for letting me be here.
Y quería aclarar una cosa. En la foto no es trigo y es cebada.
It's not wheat. It's very similar. It's what you make beer out of.
Barley. Barley?
Yeah, barley, exactly.
Barley, yes. Y eso porque son dos experimentos que son a 500 kilómetros de distancia uno de otro.
They are 500 kilometers away, one from the other. Two different experiments.
Si queréis, puedo compartir aquí más corto. Mañana en Plasma Reactor Group lo voy a hacer más largo.
Yeah, I hope to do this in the Plasma Reactor Group tomorrow with much more details about all this.
Puedo hacerlo ahora en 30 minutos. Voy deprisa si quieres.
I could do this in about 30 minutes right now, if you want. It's all up to you, if you want.
We generally have a 2-hour show and we're already 20 minutes over. I don't think it's really appropriate here, but it's up to members of the Universal
tomorrow
Council.
in the reactor.
Okay.
And then
Okay,
we can show the game next week. We can prepare a time for this. Next week, you will show it here again in one Planet One Nation. Or we can see what you done in the reactor.
Sure, that's a good idea. Maybe we could use excerpts from the Plasma Reactor Group when he's talking and so on with translation. Or live, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sí, John, lo voy a hacer en Plasma Reactor Group mañana y en los testimoniales con todos los detalles. Y gracias.
Yeah, tomorrow I'll be present in the reactor group and also in the next testimonials next Monday.
Gracias por todo lo que hacéis.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
Sí.
Thanks to all. Thank we.
Thank you.
Thank you, my dear Gianni. Beautiful. As Syed had said that how touching the plasma, we can see here beautiful wife of Gianni in interaction in unconditional love with the barley field as the barleys were leaning towards her and she's talking to them. So beautiful. If Syed is here, he can see the touch of plasma. So very beautiful. Gracias, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you. Y John,
Thank you.
jueves vamos a cosechar el barley, la cebada, y en 2 semanas vamos a cosechar el trigo. Y voy a compartir todo.
Next Thursday we'll harvest the barley, and in 2 weeks' time we'll harvest the wheat.
Yes.
So
y voy a
we'll have
compartir.
the results there.
Sí. Y vamos
and
a
you show us all this production.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Brilliant.
much, Gianni. Yeah.
Barley is
Thank
good
me.
for the lungs. Barley is good for the lungs, I think. Yeah, so next Tuesday we'll be back here. We're gonna make time for you because like Rick said, we're quite 22 minutes over. But next week we're gonna make time for you to come to One Planet, One Nation, One Race. Thank you, Gianni, for your work.
And also we do have the, as mentioned, the testimonials meeting coming up on Monday. That's July 10th. And that starts at 8 p.m. Central European time. So if Gianni can make it to that, that's an excellent place to show and tell such fruits of the plasma technology. So others are also welcome to attend that show. If you have anything that you'd like to show or discuss, your personal experiences with the plasma technology, that's the public meeting for testimonials, it's called. And again, that's Monday, July 10th.
What time does it start?
At 8 p.m. Central European time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love the testimonial, I have to say. They're really empowering.
Now, we had a question in the YouTube. I know we're getting on in time here, but I wanted to get the question in from the public here, from Mikiel, who has a question for the Universal Council. Says, in a wish, you said the great men of the universe contact the Universal Council, or that you wish for the great men of the universe to contact the Universal Council. What is the great men of the universe, and what do you expect from it?
Rick, can you repeat the last words of the question?
Yes, let me just give you the whole question. Question for the Universal Council. In a wish, you said that you wish for the great men of the universe to contact the Universal Council. What is the great men of the universe, and what do you expect from it?
Well, my dear, I will say the great man is you from the universe, my universe to your universe, my dear. As you questioned, you came in, you manifested. The great man is you. So
I don't remember
don't hesitate.
I don't remember it.
Yeah. So the great man is you. And that as you are connected, that is the way we communicate with great men, great beings. And we are so many. So this is the answer, my dear, as we know, according to our knowledge, that the great man is not other from other distant stars. Maybe there are, but you are the great man too for me. So welcome, my dear. Thank you.
I just personally don't remember this wish. I really don't remember. It was
no,
not.
I think Mr. Keshe said that as we learn these techniques of moving and traveling, that it would be up to us to meet the great men of the universe. So as we understand this, we can connect with them. I don't think he indicated that they were to contact the Universal Council, but I'm sure they're already, as we know, all souls are already connected. So,
by great man, you intended like the source, the creation, because Mr. Keshe also said there are many words to mean the same things. So for great man, you mean the creator or the source of the creation. You mean this by saying great man.
Yeah, I think he left it at great men of the universe.
Okay. Yeah, because that one it's connected with the source, because we is inside us. So we have this what if you call it great man, is inside us, so we connect to it because it's the core where we come from. This is my understanding, obviously. Okay, I don't want to take more time to Rick because I know you overworking hours and hours. So I think we finished for today. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, very good.
Rick, can I
Go
just
ahead.
quickly say, sorry,
Sure.
Rick, can I just quickly say that we talk about great men of the universe, and I'll just leave it here. I think we've had many of us with all you guys present here, but Mr. Keshe present here is the great man of the universe. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Now we can wrap up.
Who wants to read?
Yes, I'm here, my lovely, beautiful souls. We are here to serve, not to be served. This is the greatness we have all our within, as Stefania says. Thank you. Disability. The Universal Council. And I will say this is Shwetanvar, UC Hindi language. And I welcome, Suswagatam to the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Be in this space of beauty and totality. Leaping, follow, live like a being as we have never lived before. So all the love always, my dear beautiful soul. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Sweta, and thank you all the members of the Universal Council for their presentations today and the work they do in the background to help support that connection to the universal community and for the benefit of all beings. And thanks everybody for being here today for the show, the 281st One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, July 4th, 2023. The next public teaching workshop is the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, and that'll be starting on Wednesday at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And we usually go for a few hours of people's presentations and various discussions on the plasma technology and soul-based teachings and all the latest topics in the plasma technology. So people are welcome to attend that and contribute or just listen in. And it doesn't matter whether you're a newcomer or an old-timer to the technology. We field all topics and questions there. Okay, and of course we have the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up, so far as we know, at 9 a.m. Central European Time. That time may be different, but that will be announced before the workshops. Okay, I think that's it for now.
Thank you
And
so
for
much.
now, with the with the plasma touch, Lisbeth, happy birthday.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you
With the plasma.
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
Thank you,
with the
beautiful
plasma
souls,
touch.
your permanent presence, and thank you, Universal Community. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear ones. Let's be the reactor reaction. Dance, and clap.
Yes,
Be happy.
Yes, of the time. The life is happiness. Yeah.
The life. Yeah.
Thank you.
Live the life.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah, the skill is to be happy even when someone talks in the face. The skill is to be happy.
Well, with the plasma touch, be dance and clap and be happy always, dear beautiful souls. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, again. Keshe family.
Very good, everyone. Okay, bye for now. and see you in the next public teaching.